Good morning, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, back at it today. We did have Wyatt's birthday party this week, and it was a success, I would say.
Yep, it was last Tuesday.
Yeah, he had a really good time over at Grandma's house. But he got lots and lots of presents. He got to play on a slip and slide over there, swimming in a pool, playing on all the little fort things she has there, little playhouses and all that good stuff. We had a nice little dance party for Wyatt. He picked the music, and he loved that.
Yep, he wanted me to play a couple songs that he chose, so I put them on for him, and he was all dancing around.
Yeah, everybody was dancing around, having a good time. And the food was really, really good. Wyatt's cake turned out great. I mean, all in all, I would say it was a really good party.
Oh, yeah.
Very successful. Wyatt's been sitting inside Thunderdome for the last couple days working on all the stuff that he got. Got a lot of building things.
Yeah, lots of Legos. He got a robot that my mom got him. He has to build that's kind of like Legos. It can be controlled with a tablet and different things.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It was a good party. He's been really busy, like you said, though, the past couple days.
Yeah, we haven't really, well, we've seen him. He's been inside, but he hasn't really come out much.
Nah, he's like, I'm busy building my stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lego ship that we got him is like 1,600 Lego pieces.
Yeah, and that's the one he's been working on the most the last couple days. So hopefully he'll get it done maybe soon.
Yeah. So this week has been kind of busy with doing that kind of stuff. We haven't got a lot of work done since the last video. We did put that first layer of joint compound on the bathroom walls, and that's completely dried now. And we went to the store and got some more, so we can get working on that today a little tiny bit, but we have to sand it all down. It's gonna take a long time. Plus it's a small room, and it's not as hot today. It's all cloudy today, as you guys can maybe see. It's like overcast.
It's supposed to rain.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain today. So that's good, because we'll be inside working on that stuff, but there's really not a lot of work left to do for what we have today. Just sanding and another coat of the mud.
Yep, and then waiting to dry.
Yeah, and then waiting to dry again. But we're gonna try to get most of that done so we could, have it ready to paint really, really soon.
Yeah.
Because all we need left to do in the bathroom is the mudding, the sanding, the second coat, maybe a third coat if need be, and the flooring.
That's it.
And that's it, and then it's ready to go.
Yeah, put all the stuff back inside and
Yep.
ready to use.
Yep, we got the toilet, we got the vanity, we got everything set up, ready to go. It's been very hot though recently, guys.
It has. It's been hot, and like he mentioned today, it's humid today. But my tomatoes, I have upped the watering a little bit on my tomatoes, and I think that seems to be helping them out a little bit. The leaves are still kind of curled, but they're not as bad as they have been in the last couple days. So I think that's helping my tomatoes. Because, I mean, you guys just look at these tomatoes growing. I have a whole bunch of tomatoes growing on these tomato plants. Got some big ones, little ones. I have a little tomato plant right here that's growing. It's growing good. It's got little flowers on it, and it's not as big, though, as my other ones. But I think I'm on the right path to making sure my tomatoes grow successfully. My peppers are growing. I got this one right here it's getting big in there. It's got a little blossom rot or something on it. And then I actually have another hot pepper that's growing. It's getting pretty big over there. And that's pretty much all I have really growing on mine. So this morning I came out to water, and I checked my zucchini plants like I do pretty much every day, twice a day. And I had some squash bugs again this morning, and eggs and babies and all kinds of stuff. So I had to get busy this morning cutting all the dead leaves and getting rid of the squash bugs, and but they look good. They're still growing. I got a big zucchini over on this little one, and my cucumbers, if you guys take a look at them, they're looking a little, this one's not as bad as my other side though, but they're kind of slowly, I guess maybe they're dying. I don't know if the heat has something to do with it, but I also have caught the cats and the dogs all in my cucumber plants. So I do have plans for my cucumbers here. I think I'm going to be ripping them out here really soon and start planning for my fall garden. I mean, I did get enough cucumbers off of my cucumber plants. Like I mentioned a couple videos ago, I got like, I don't know, 10 or 12 jars of pickles out of them. So I would say that was a successful harvest off my first cucumber plants of the season. And this is the cucumbers that I'm talking about. They're just looking a little rough nowadays. I'm sure, like I mentioned, the heat has not been good to those. And also my peas here, I think I'm gonna rip these out too here real soon. They're not doing too good. I heard that they're a cold weather crop, so maybe I'll try again for the fall, growing some more. I guess I can show you guys my blueberry plants. I got all kinds of new leaves and stalks growing on them, and they're really taking off here. Maybe next year I'll plant these into the ground somewhere around the fence line. Not sure, but for right now I'm just gonna leave them in these buckets. And obviously my watermelons, they're still there. They're still doing the same. They're growing bigger and bigger every day, and I do check underneath of them. I've seen lots and lots of comments about putting straw underneath to help with the rotting so they don't rot from the bottom and split and open. Use straw, cardboard. I have not done any of that for them. I do check underneath just to make sure they're doing good, and so far nothing's happened, so that's good.
The summer has taken a toll on this garden just a little tiny bit. Not too bad though for what we got out of it. I think Roxane has done a very good job at this, so we'll see how the fall is going to act for her fall garden and see what she can put inside there. And I'm excited about that because a lot of the cold weather crops like radishes, I think carrots are one of them, spinach, cabbage, yeah, all that stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited about it. In the last video, I showed some of this stuff growing, guys, just real quick. Some of you guys are wondering what this is. I'm sure a lot of you already know, but this is poke. And we have a forest of it over here. Look at this.
Yeah, it's the poke garden is what I call it.
Yeah, this is the poke garden.
Yeah, I mean, look at these stalks, guys.
Yeah, these
like little trees.
Yeah, they're giant. So this stuff, I've never seen these plants until I moved out here. I mean, they're huge. I mean, look, they're giant.
Yep.
But these are way too big to make poke salad out of right now.
Oh yeah, you got to do them when they're little and before they get their berries on them.
I've never heard about it until we moved here, but you got to be careful because these berries and some of the leaves or something, you have to cook them the right way, like 3 times, because they're poisonous.
Yep.
So if you don't do it right, you can get really sick, and I'm excited to try to do that. Well,
yeah, I've done some research as far as how to make it. I got a pretty good idea of how to do it. It's just now all these poke salad plants are like way too big. You can't
poke.
Yeah, poke, sorry.
Yeah. They're just too big. But one of the neighbors that we know in here, she lived here almost her whole life. She's made it, right? And so she actually told Roxane she'd help her out and show her how to do it the correct way. So that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's freebie. It just grows everywhere, guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
looks like a weed.
I did not plant any of these.
No, this is all just growing. And it's so cool because the stalks, you guys see how they're like purple? They're really pretty, believe it or not. And they don't really look like a weed. I mean, it looks like a plant, you know, like you would buy this and plant it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it looks really cool. But it's just a natural thing that grows around here.
Oh, it's all over the place around here.
Everywhere.
And when we first moved here, people would say, oh, you guys got poke growing on your property. And it's like, I didn't know what it was, you know?
Yes, I said, we had no idea even what it was.
Yeah, and I never really noticed it on the property when we first got here. I know, like, this area was just dirt. There was no grass or anything growing at that time. And then over by camp, there wasn't too many poke growing around there, but
Now
this year,
yeah, it's everywhere.
I don't know where it came from, but
it's here to stay.
it's all over here.
So you guys see where the trailer's at over here, right? So obviously we don't want the trailer there forever.
No.
That's where our cars are gonna be and stuff. And when we decided to move the trailer, I was thinking, man, it would be a really cool spot to put it right here. to kind of block that cabin. So imagine the trailer like this way. And I've always wanted to keep that small camper. I said about this like 2 years ago. Keep it, and wherever it goes, put like a white picket fence around it with like a mailbox and stuff. For looks, kind of think of it like yard art.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking over here might be a really cool spot because it's so open, and push it back just right on the property line over here, and then put like a fence around it or something. And then it's close enough to power, so we could actually use it for like someone to sleep in. If they came over to stay, they'd still be usable.
Oh yeah, and water too.
And water.
Yeah.
So we're trying to think of something like that to do with the camper once we finally move it. And I wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was a good spot for it. And all the ladies and gentlemen over here are so excited. They think they're gonna get second breakfast, but they're not. They are doing really well. Don't be trying to sneak out, guys. They are doing very well. We did give one rooster away. But look, they won't leave me alone. They follow me around. They're like, oh, the food master. See? Yeah, I'm putting my glasses back on.
They're trying to jump on you already.
They're already trying to jump on me. Come on. Come on.
Miss Gray.
Yeah, see? See, I'm smart though this time, guys. I got glasses on. Hi, Miss Gray. This is the sweet one, guys, we were talking about before. The pecking order has been established around here, guys, I think. Oop. See, they all think they're getting third breakfast, second breakfast. Come on, Miss Gray. Oh, there we go. Oh. So that's Frank, OG Frank. And I think we're gonna be keeping him as one of our roosters again, and there's Speckles. Ow. Claws are getting big. It's so cool to have chickens. You don't realize how cool it is until you have them, and they never leave you alone. It's like having 32 pets, right?
You created these.
Yeah, I've created this monstrosity of animals.
Yeah, that loves to just jump all
See,
over.
they just... Hi, Miss Gray. She loves me. She always comes up and says hi. And not one of them, somebody said in one of the videos before, they're like, hey, I'd be careful of letting them on you because they're gonna poop on you, right? Hasn't happened yet. I'm sure it will.
Today, right now.
This guy has been changing color right here. Look at all the gray on him now.
Yeah, pretty.
Black and
It's got
gray.
like blue too, a little blue on its wings.
Yeah, that's a white and true blue right there.
That's a white and true blue?
Yeah, look at the feet. Oh no, that's a black copper maroon. I take that back. Mistaken on that one. But yes, Mr. Bobblehead has some pretty birds, guys. And now we have pretty birds. What the heck? That's one of the babies.
That's one of the babies, yeah.
Yeah, don't be scared. Yeah, it's a copper maroon. So I know I've said this a bunch of times recently, but I really do got to get working on the second coop for these roosters. But I want David to come help me out from Come On Homesteading and Come On Keeping It Real. So I'm waiting for him. We're gonna be building it right over here. Like I said before, I do have all the materials to do it and some extra bird netting for the top, which will keep them safe, because these guys are ready to move over and these hens are ready to have this whole coop to themselves. See how docile the hens are in comparison?
I think that's the same one I grabbed.
Probably. I pick this one up all the time. Well, one of the babies like this.
That one I think used to hang out with Medina all the time.
I think this was Fatso.
That one?
Yeah. And then OG Frank.
Hi, Frank.
And I got my glasses on. I'm pecking my eyeballs. Let's see. I didn't even ask them to come up here, guys. Just hang out.
I know Trump's back behind you.
It's amazing, because I didn't, like, usually chickens are so scared, right? Like, every time I've seen them, they don't even, you gotta chase them, you know? So these guys have been, for the most part, been pretty good. Come with me, my feathery friends. The roosters and the hens are doing good. Pretty soon we're gonna have to lower the flock size though.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly when. I'm gonna talk to some people about that to make sure they're big enough. But probably a couple more months still.
Yeah, I gotta separate them though here.
Yeah,
really soon.
yeah.
I mean, they're already kind of beating each other up.
I'm gonna have to do that first. It's been like a year and a half since we moved here. And I think we've accomplished so much so far this year and a half.
Oh yeah, I would say.
But it seems like it feels like we still have so much farther to go.
I know. Every time you start thinking about it and coming up with a plan for the next phase, you're like, man, I still have so much more to do.
It is.
And the lease just keeps getting bigger and bigger and longer. It's just
It does.
never ending.
Not sure if some of you guys know this, but like when we're building like on our house and we have to do projects, like our next big project once the bathroom's done is going to be to try to insulate the whole house, get all the insulation up, and then prepare for the drywall and different things that we plan on doing. But we have to take every single one of those little rooms and projects in steps.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to, I can't go out and buy all the insulation for the whole house, all the drywall, all the nails, all the everything in one big whack.
Yeah.
Because we have nowhere to keep it. We have the pole barn, but if it rains, the drywall's ruined. Same thing with insulation.
Yeah.
And so by doing it piece at a time, we have to like plan out our weeks. Like, all right, this week we'll go into town an hour away, pick up what we can with the truck, come back, and hopefully we got enough.
Yeah, to keep us going for a while.
To keep us going for the week and to keep working. And sometimes, and a lot of the times, we miscalculate things. And so we get way too little, or sometimes we've gotten way too much of different things. And so I don't know if you guys knew that, but every single time we have to do a project, we have to spend an all-day trip going back and forth to the store. Every single time. It's not like it's 5 minutes around the corner. And so that puts a halt on a lot of things sometimes.
Sometimes, well, especially like if we're working on something and we run out because we didn't get enough, it just holds up
horrible.
All kinds of progress.
With the laundry room, for example, we couldn't find the drywall tape.
Yeah.
I know we said that before, but like that one little thing put a halt on doing the drywall.
Yeah.
Like finishing out in the laundry room.
Yeah, until we could get into town.
And so we had to spend a whole day. And as you guys know how gas prices are now.
Yeah.
And they're going up and changing this and that and this. Man, the last thing you want to do is forget drywall tape, which is $1, all right, for a roll, or $2 for a roll. But you got to spend, $40 in gas.
Yeah. And an all-day trip.
An all-day trip.
Well,
so,
not really all day, but
depending on what you need, it could be all day.
Yeah. So we took a little trip down here to the driveway, up the driveway to the clearing. I want to check out and see how this passion fruit's growing. They're around in here somewhere. Just got to find out where it's at exactly. Now they don't got no flowers on them, so it's hard to tell.
There's a whole bunch out here, but I think it's getting so hot that they're not doing that well.
No, hopefully, if it rains today and tomorrow, maybe some of these will perk back up. Because, like, look at this one. It's like shriveled.
Yeah, it's like shriveled. Here, I'm gonna see what that looks like on the inside, though.
All right.
It's a small one. Oh, they are hollow.
Yeah, they're like hollow on the inside.
Well, how do you make juice or tea or whatever out of them?
You gotta extract the juices out of it.
Ain't no juice in that.
Yeah.
Here, I grabbed one bigger one. I see how it works. Look.
Yeah.
The other one was too dried.
Yeah, some people use these for their, what I'm planning on making. But you can eat that.
Yeah, that's got juice in it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Yeah. How cool.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a lot. You can grab these seeds. You should plant some around the house.
Oh, I just threw them down on the ground.
Well, I'm saying that'd be cool to have them. Look, that's all seed pods.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a weird looking plant, but
yeah.
Or
passion fruit. So I don't see very many of them around here right now. I mean, I'm just looking in this one little spot.
There's a bunch.
There's a bunch of out there in the field out there, but just close enough to the road, you know. Oh, here's one. Two, another one. I mean,
they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're growing. You just gotta, once you find them, and you kind of get the eye for it, you find them really quickly. I will say, I did come out here this morning over there. I walked a little pathway from our backyard to the blackberries that were right there. And some of those blackberries have kind of dried up and they're shriveled. They need rain really bad. But like I mentioned, hopefully it'll rain today and tomorrow and help some of these plants out here, because I would really like to take some of those passion fruits. I do have like a really good idea for them. I just can't do anything right now because they're not ready yet. Look, see, I think a lot of those are out here are passion fruit.
Probably is. I just don't want to walk through this because it's a lot of blackberries and there's snakes everywhere.
Yeah.
And I ain't about that right now.
Yeah. I don't think they're ready to be picked, the passion fruits that we do see. They will change colors when they get ready, but there's still some out here, which makes me happy. And it's really cool to think that that's just growing wild out here. But look at what I just stumbled across. What is this? They got these little flowers on them. And then they have these little, like, fruit or whatever on them. I don't know what that is. There's a bunch of them.
I had that app we could use.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go back down here and check it.
Yeah. It's amazing what you find out here, huh?
One thing, guys, I couldn't believe this happened, but in the past 2 weeks, we've had 3 flat tires. I've had 2, both of my front tires on my truck went flat, and one on Roxane's car. And so, luckily, I have a full-size spare that I had to throw on. I gotta go get this replaced. But 3 flats in 2 weeks, that's too much. It's craziness.
I don't know how that one got flat. I think he maybe ran over a big rock or something, because it's got a pretty decent sized hole in it.
I'm telling you guys, free chicken food. You got ragweed growing. They absolutely love it. I mean, that stuff, like I said before, that's going to be gone in like an hour. Less than that. It'll be gone.
You're filthy. Where were you? Huh? Laying underneath the house? Covered in dust.
So we have had some questions asked about why our hot water heater isn't turned on yet. So to clarify that, I guess. So in the bathroom, as you see, we have the hot and the cold. And then the toilet, it's the same, it's a house, right? It's the same in the kitchen, you have the hot and cold, and then Wyatt's bathroom is the same. So in order to pressure test everything, we've had to cap all of these lines. Like here in the kitchen, you can see, you know, they're capped with the valves, so they're off or on. And the same thing with Wyatt's bathroom, it's the exact same. Right, so we have the valves in here. So right when we turn the hot water heater on, there's water right now, it's flowing through it. Okay, yeah. So if I go turn the hot water on in like our shower, turn it all the way to hot, it's going to be coming through the hot water red hose. Yeah. PEX, right?
Yeah, from the tank.
From the tank. The cold comes directly from outside the split on it. But once we plug in the hot water heater, people say it's not a hot water heater, it's a water heater. Same difference, guys. Once we plug in the water heater, okay, and all the water inside these lines are really hot, we still have to cut these off, right? In order to put drywall, right here, we have to cut these off, which is part of our plan. That's why they're sticking out so far. Cut these off and then put the drywall and then put them back on.
Yeah.
Well, when you have hot water in the tank, you're gonna have more pressure inside there, and it's gonna be a lot harder to drain these, I think, when there's hot water going. So what we plan on doing is we have enough of this moisture and water resistant drywall, mildew resistant, moisture and mildew resistant drywall, to be able to put it right here in Wyatt's bathroom where it needs to go, and in the kitchen. If not, we have to go buy one more sheet, possibly.
Yeah.
So what we plan on doing is buying the one more sheet and just putting it right here where it needs to go, nowhere else, just right here to get these areas finished. So we'd insulate this, put the sheet there, and then the same in the kitchen right over here. And once we do that, which I think we're gonna do that real soon, then we can plug in the hot water heater, or the water heater, and then we can have the hot water running through everything, because we won't have to cut those again.
Yeah.
So if you're curious, that's why we haven't done that yet. If I'm wrong about the hot water pressure tank, the tank being more pressurized when there's hot water, let me know, because if it's not a big deal, maybe I'll do it regardless. But that's what I read and thought of. So we're gonna get sanding on this. I want to get another coat on here today. We have a lot of sanding to do. A lot. I dug around, and I found 2 dust masks. I knew I had a pack of them somewhere, but I thought they were lost forever. So luckily we'll be able to wear these dust masks and not breathe in all this sheetrock dust, because that is no good for you.
Nah.
And it's hot and sticky in here, and don't need that. Mm-mm. Usually, Roxane makes dinner, but there are a couple things that I make, and this one that I'm gonna make is very easy, it's quick, and it's very, very good. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Like I said, there's usual things that Roxane will make, and then there'll be specific things that I make all the time. And one of the things I make is crock pot Swedish meatballs. So what you're gonna need for these, if you guys want to do this: 1 package of frozen meatballs. This is 2 pounds. 2 pounds, any brand you want. 2 cups of beef broth. We use just bouillon cubes. I usually just break them up and add water. Okay. 2 cups. 1 can cream of mushroom soup. 1 packet of onion soup mix. And you're gonna need steak sauce, believe it or not. Put it in the crock pot. Onion soup mix. Promise you guys, if you make this, you'll love it. Onion soup mix. Beef broth. Cream of mushroom soup. Mix all that up. So Instapot, crock pot, same thing, slow cooker. We're using the Instapot. So once that's in there, beef broth, like I said, the onion soup mix, and 1 can of cream of mushroom, frozen meatballs. Just mix them up. And then you want to add 2 tablespoons of any steak sauce that you like. A1, Great Value brand, a spicy one, whatever one you want. Regular is the best. I usually just eyeball the steak sauce because I've done this so many times. Got that much. Mix it all up. And guess what? Dinner's almost done. So you cook this on low heat or slow cook for 4 hours. Or you can do 6 hours, you can do 10 hours, whatever you want, but the minimum is 4 hours to get it all nice and hot. Slow cook, we're gonna do for 6 hours because we need it done at a certain time. And forget about it. So what you can do is you can put this over mashed potatoes, egg noodles, rice, whatever you decide. And there's one last ingredient when this is completely done, all right, and everything's ready, you're ready to serve it. Before you're done with this, you put 1/4 cup of sour cream inside there. And then just pour it on over whatever you want. And I promise you, you guys are gonna like it.
Well, thank you, baby, for getting dinner going.
You're welcome. But we need to get back to work, babe. We gotta finish this sanding.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
All right, well, I think we're done sanding the first coat anyway.
Yeah, that was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. Roxane did a lot of the top stuff. I was doing the side stuff, then wiping it off. That's what that green rag was. It was a terry cloth towel with some water on it. I can't find the sponges that we usually use, but it's all right. But now it's pretty much ready for the second coat of this joint compound.
Yay, round 2.
Round 2, guys. Well, we got 99% of the second coat of mud on here, but it is just extremely, extremely hot here.
Yeah, we are just...
I can't take any more of it.
I can't take you either.
It's me. No, it's me. It's me mainly. I'm dying. Sweating, can't breathe. There's dust in the air.
Yeah,
Trust me, guys, we've thought of everything we can do to cool this room off. We cannot put an AC unit in the window. We can't. We have fans in here, no matter what we do, it's just too hot. So we are gonna have to call up for today and come back and work on it in the morning when it's cooler, because
it's supposed to rain.
It's just too hot. It's just too hot. But anyway, guys, on that note, I guess we will catch you all on the next one. Bye.
Bye.